was marred by fear, shame, after repeated incidents of sexual, physical, and mental abuse. I was silent, I was scared, and I was threatened not to tell anyone. So I kept the secret, hiding my pain, living in shame with myself. I couldn't remove the dirt of shame I felt. Neither could I remove the disgust or guilt I felt within me. For years I've lived a life of I lived a double life really. I was hurt, lost, and lonely for so long. I want my story to be told. I was born in 1965 to Indian parents, and I grew up in Durban, South Africa. I was first raped at the age of 5, and it continued until I was 7. Only I didn't know or understand what was happening to me. Again, I was beaten very violently and raped continuously, and I was left for dead at the beach. I survived that incident by hitchhiking to the main road and getting help to get back to my hometown from where the perpetrator had taken me to. My life really, my personality changed from then at the age of 12, where I started to understand that what was happening to me was now really a violation. I was beginning to understand more about my body and what was being done to me, that it was not all right, that these people shouldn't be doing this to me. I was starting to feel that anger. I was starting to feel that a revulsion, or I don't know how to describe it, but all I could feel was total disgust and anger at that person, and I had such a rage in me that I was prepared to murder this person or go to jail. But I was so young, I was a tiny person, and I couldn't fight back. So I became a rebel at school. I was in the start of the student rights. I used to I just lost interest in school really. Although being an A student, I struggled a lot. I couldn't share anything with anybody, so I put on this mask. Really, I was the clown of the class. I was known as a naughty child. I was known as a troublemaker. But all I wanted was some attention and an understanding of what was going through in my mind, and what had happened to my body. That pain that I had felt, it was twisting my soul. But it didn't end there. So I continued my teenage years, going through physical abuse and mental abuse by the male relatives in the family. And then at the age of 16, I was forced to give up school, and I fell pregnant by a man that was promised to marry me. I was thrown out of the house because I brought shame upon the family, because I was an unwed mother, or mother-to-be. I ended up living on the streets for a while, but it was hard, so I ended up going back to the man who made me pregnant, and I was again physically, sexually, and mentally abused daily. It was a living hell. It was a living hell. Every day I was beaten and tortured with this man. I don't know how the baby survived this relationship, but I finally made my escape after the baby was 3 months old. I ran away to Johannesburg, 600 kilometers away from Durban, and I lived on the streets for a while. I used to beg for food, and basically I lived in the park. I lived in the bench in the park. I slept there at night, and during the day I begged for meals outside restaurants, and that's where I got my meals from. I washed in public toilets, and yeah, and every day I would just walk around aimlessly, thinking about where my life was going to lead me, until one day I got lucky. I was begging at Joburg Park Station, and a European man walked past me, and he gave me a business card, and he gave me 50 cents, and he said, if you ever need help, call the number on the card. And that changed my life. John Clayton Smith would become my guardian, and I would live with the family for the next couple of years, and they would all teach me about life, really. Years went by, and again, at the age of 19, another stranger attacked me. I was coming home from work, and just behind me I felt something cold, and there was a voice of this man telling me that I must be silent, or else I would be hurt. So he held a knife at the back of my throat, and he dragged me off into his car and drove me to the mines, and there he beat me up again, black and blue, and I was brutally raped by him. This time I managed to actually kick him and run. So I ran as fast as I can, semi-naked, to the police station, but I wasn't heard there, and unfortunately he just got away with it, really. And so once again I was left to my own devices to heal myself, and I just continue to lock myself in silence, really, because this now I have got to fear men, really, because it became a pattern where I was getting abused sexually, physically, and emotionally, that I began to shudder at actually having a relationship with anybody. So I healed slowly. I put my all my effort into working, building a career. I excelled in everything that I did on a professional level. I gave my heart and soul to my job, and I love what I do. I still love what I do, and that is helping people, and bringing a smile to a person's face is most important to me. But as I said, for years and years, I lived a double life, and what didn't kill me made me stronger. Yes, I admit I suffered from PTSD. I suffered from depression, panic attacks, anxiety. And there were lots of moments where I had cold showers, screaming in the shower, beating myself up, really, for, feeling shameful and feeling disgusted myself. Why am I living? because of all these things that happened to me. Do I deserve to live, really? Because surely I don't deserve to live. But anyway, somehow I got the message from my special friend that indeed I do have a purpose here on earth. So it was at the final ordeal that forced me to make a decision to leave my home country, South Africa. And so in 2000, in Johannesburg, by then I was already happily married to my second partner. And, we had a couple of children together. And so life was getting back on track again. I sort of, worked through my depression and worked through my issues, and I had a successful business. So I put the past behind me and I moved on. But then, as I said, one final ordeal was to force me from my hometown and to leave the country, actually, to bring my children to safety. So in 2000, 4 armed men staged a brutal home robbery in which I was tortured and gang raped. My children and my husband was tied up, and my husband was pistol whipped. And they aimed the gun at my forehead, and then the gun went off and the bullet went past my ear and into the wall. And that moment I had that out-of-body experience where I felt a separation of the body. And while the body was laying on the ground, being brutally attacked by these armed men, being sexually molested, my spirit was floating above the ceiling, where I was finally came face to face with my special friend. My special friend was indeed Lord Jesus Christ. And together we watched from above the clouds. We watched what was being done to the body. After a 9-month course of anti-HIV medication, I finally, with the family, made the move to come abroad, and where I then opened a language school. And I was very successful there for a couple of years, and made a success of my life. And then again, once again, I had put my past behind, and I started to continue with my service to mankind, because I do really believe that I was saved for a purpose. I came here for a purpose, and I believe it with a full belief or faith that my friend, the Lord Jesus, was with me throughout my ordeal, throughout my life, actually. I had never forsaken me. So, coming to Europe, it only made me more resilient and more stronger, because I came to a country where the language was foreign to me. I had no friends, no family. I had no career, so I built my school from scratch, and I started just to heal myself, really. So I had a lot of spiritual experiences where I then focused on doing meditation and yoga, and I started looking deeper and deeper into my journey, what lay in store. So I wasn't going back. I wasn't going forward. Actually, I was just living in the present. I live for the day, really. Every day is a brand new day, and I continue with my blogging, and I'm just embracing the new me, really. And I think once I got to acknowledge that it wasn't my fault, it was never my fault, and I also realized that the abuse did not define who I am. It also didn't control me. I took check of my emotions. I dealt with memories that came through. I allowed it to surface. I focused on the areas that needed healing, and yeah, it was a long journey. Really, many tears were shed, but very intense lessons learned. Yeah. So all I want to say to you right now, if you're listening to this, that they may have defiled my body. They may have tried to break me, but I'm a winner. I really am a winner because I did not let anything get me down, because I realized the one thing is that we are not only made of the material world. We are more than just a body. We are more than just a name. We are more than just a number. We are made in the image of God. We are actually very unique, special human beings. And we should embrace our inner beauty. We should embrace our inner child. And we should love ourselves. We should respect ourselves, because nobody would ever love us more than we can love ourselves. Thank you for sharing this time with me. May you walk with your head up, held rightly, and may you grow stronger. And also, as you walk through the forest, grow as tall as the trees, or even taller than the trees, and let your branch reach the furthest corners of the globe by shining your light. Thank you. And thank you so much for sending me those amazing messages, for sharing my blogs, and for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and also watching my crazy moves on TikTok. It's actually very funny, but I love doing those videos. Now I find joy in spreading the message that we can heal from this. We need to live with peace in our lives, and that's what I'm trying to promote. I'm trying to promote peace. I'm trying to promote understanding. I'm trying to promote tolerance for human beings. And most important, I think that we desperately need for total understanding that we are so beautiful inside and out, and we need a lot of love. We need a lot of love. And as women, we are very strong. Remember that we create life. We create life. So we can make the change by being who we are, by being unique, by making a difference, by creating a diversity which is unique, a diversity, a diversity in our existence, really, by showing that we can make a difference in life. Thank you.